Here are the three similarities between the two biblical accounts of creation. This one is found in the Genesis chapter 1 and chapter 2. God, number 1, the first similarity is that God is the creator. In both accounts, chapter 1 and chapter 2 of Genesis, God is depicted as the supreme being who creates the heaven, earth, and all living things found on earth. Genesis chapter 1 describes God creating the world in 6 good days, while Genesis chapter 2 emphasizes God's role in forming man and creating the Garden of Eden. The second similarity, creation of human beings. Both accounts describes the creation of humans, with Genesis chapter 1 stating that humanity is created in the God's image, male and female. In Genesis chapter 2, Adam is created first and Eve is made from his rib, emphasizing relational aspect of human creation. The third similarity, God's authority and sovereignty. In both accounts, God has ultimate authority over creation. He commands and things come into existence. Remember what happened in the chapter 1. God created everything except human being by the word of mouth. He said, "Let there be," and it happens. "Let there be light," and the light appears. "Let there be darkness," and the darkness appeared. "Let there be rivers, land, dry land," and everything appeared. Now, when it came to the creation of human being, God said, "Let us sit and create a human being who resembles us." So, whether it is through his spoken word in Genesis chapter 1 or through his direct action in forming and planting in Genesis chapter 2, those are the three main similarities between the two accounts. Here are 4 values from the 10 commandments that enhances Christian living. 1 is about respect for God. The first commandment emphasizes the worship of only one God and forbids idolatry, encouraging Christians to maintain a deep respect and devotion to God only. I know you remember the first commandment. Respect for others is another value that we learn from the 10 commandments. The commandments such as honor your father and mother, and you shall not murder, promote respect for family relationship and the sanctity of human life. The other value is honesty. Commandments like "you shall not bear false witness" encourages honesty and integrity, promoting trust in relationships and the community. The other value is contentment. The commandments "you shall not covet" promote contentment and discourage greed. Number 3. List down 4 books written by Paul. 1. We have Romans. 2. 1st and 2nd Corinthians. 3. Galatians. 4. Ephesians. 5. Philippians. 6. Colossians. 7. 1st and 2nd Thessalonians. 8. We have 1st and 2nd Timothy. 9. Titus. 10. Philemon. 11. Hebrews. Hebrews was written by Paul, Luke, Barnabas, and Apollos. The Old Testament books are traditionally divided into four main groups. 1. The Pentateuch, also known as Torah. The first 5 books, which include Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. They are known as Torah books or the Pentateuch. They lay the foundation of the Jewish faith and law. The second category is historical books. These books recount the history of Israel, and the historical books include Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, and Esther. Those are the historical books giving history of what happened to the Israelites. Number 3, we have the wisdom books, also known as poetic books. The other name is wisdom literature. And these books focus on poetry, philosophy, and wisdom. And they include Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Songs of Solomon, also known as Songs of Songs, Song of Songs. Number 4, we have prophets, also known as prophetic books. The prophetic books include Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, also known as traditionally attributed of Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Daniel, and they contain the writings and the prophecies of the prophets of Israel. We have minor prophets. Under that category of prophetic books, we have minor prophets, and they include 12: Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, and Malachi. Those are the minor prophetic books, and the major prophetic books are Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, and Daniel. Good News Bible, Mark chapter 4 verse 7 to 41, and it says, Suddenly a strong wind blew up, and the waves began to spill over into the boat, so that it was about to fill with water. 8. Jesus was in the back of the boat, sleeping with his head on a pillow. The disciples woke him up and said, Teacher, don't you care that we are about to die? 9. Jesus stood up and commanded the wind, Be quiet. And he said to the waves, Be still. The wind died down, and there was a great calm. Then Jesus said to his disciples, Why are you frightened? Do you still have no faith? But they were terribly afraid and began to say to one another, Who is this man? Even the wind and the waves obey him. The end of the story of Jesus calming down a storm.